Dart School presents Simplifying Fractions 2. Recall that the rules of simplifying fractions with algebraic expressions is exactly the same as those of simplifying fractions with constant numbers. To add or subtract, you need to find the least common denominator of the fractions, and then once you have all of them on the same denominator, you should combine the like terms on the numerator. To multiply or simplify, you should reduce or cross off common factors between the numerator and denominator before you go on to multiply the remaining factors out. And to divide, you should swap or flip over the numerator and the denominator of the divisor and change the division to the multiplication symbol. Let's look at a couple of examples. Let's say we want to simplify the expression 5x over 2 minus 2x over 5 plus 3x over 2. And if you look at the denominators on the fractions, we have a 2 here, we have a 5 here, and we have a 2 here. And the LCM, or the least common multiple of 2 and 5, is 10, and 10 becomes the least common denominator of the three fractions over here. And therefore, our first job is to rewrite each one of these fractions with something over 10. So this is going to be something over 10 minus something over 10 for 2x over 5 plus something over 10 for 3x over 2. And if you look at this 5x over 2, in place of the 2 we need a 10, therefore it's essentially about multiplying the 2 with a 5. Now we cannot do just a multiplication with a 5 on the denominator of a fraction, we just need to do the same on the numerator, and therefore I'm going to multiply this with 5 as well. And in the same way, this is a 5, we need a 10, therefore times the denominator as well as the numerator with 2. 5 times 2 is 10. And finally, multiply the numerator and the denominator on the third fraction with 5, as we have 2 times 5 is 10, just as the first one. So this one's 5 times 5, which is 25x, minus 2 times 2 is 4, times x, 4x, plus 3 times 5 is 15, 15x. Now that we have all three fractions on the same denominator, you know the rule, you can just write all over 10 and add or subtract the numerators. So this is going to be 25x minus 4x plus 15x, which is equal to 25 minus 4 is 21, 21 plus 15 is 36, so that's 36x over 10, and we need to reduce that because both 36 and 10 are even numbers. So 10 is going to be 5 times 2, 36 is going to be 18 times 2. Cross off the 2 and the 2 from the numerator and the denominator. The x is still left, so we have 18x over 5. That is the simplified form of this expression out here. Let's try another one. Let's now have a y. 5y over 2 plus 2y over 4 minus y over 3 is equal to, our first job as usual is to rewrite the three fractions on the same denominator, which is going to be the least common multiple of the denominators, also called the least common denominator of the fractions. The LCM of 2, 4 and 3 is 12. Therefore, you want to have a over 12 plus a over 12 minus a over 12. 2 times 6 is 12. Times 6 on the denominator, times 6 on the numerator. 4 times 3 is 12. So times 3 times 3. 3 times 4 is 12. Times 4 times 4. 5 times 6 is 30. We have a 30y. 2 times 3 is 6. 6y. Y times 4 is the same as 4y. They're all on the same denominator now. Therefore, we can write one single fraction with a 12 on the bottom. 30y plus 6y minus 4y. And that is equal to 32y over 12. And that can be reduced. If you think about 32, it's 8 times 4. You could have also written it as 16 times 2. Just that if you cross off a 2 with a 2, then you would need one extra step to simplify that further. Now, if you could figure out that, okay, not 2, but 4 is the greatest common factor between the numerator, 32, and the denominator, 12, which is 3 times 4, that saves you a step of work. So you can cross off the 4 with the 4, and the final answer is 8y over 3.